has been on the talks, and that may cut tariff below 20%, according to a Bloomberg story. Now, the US is working towards an interim trade deal with India that may reduce its proposed tariffs to below 20%. And that is some of the key aspects highlighting over the last 3 weeks and the progress that's been made on this aspect. Now, this comes as India is seeking to secure a deal on a more favorable terms than the one that Trump said he signed with countries like Vietnam, which included a 20% import duties. Specifically, sectors like textile were a key focus for Vietnam in this particular trade deal as well. Apart from India, while the trade deal has continued and it shapes up, we've seen other countries grapple with the new norms as well. Over the weekend, we saw Mexican economy minister mention that US tariffs are unjust to Mexico. He also went on to say that US and Mexico have established binational working groups on Friday, with these working groups working on alternates to tariffs ahead of August 1st. Now, Mexico is also in talks with the US to avoid these tariffs, but that will be one of the key aspects to watch out for going forward. The European Union is also delaying its retaliatory tariffs on US goods in hopes of reaching a deal by August 1st, according to IEP. Now, European Union will suspend its retaliatory tariffs on the US goods scheduled to take in effect today in hopes of reaching a trade deal with the Trump administration by the end of the month. This is now the time for negotiation. That's what European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen told reporters in Brussels on Sunday. Now, that comes after President Donald Trump sent a letter announcing the new tariffs of 30% to goods from EU and Mexico starting August 1st. Well, apart from the Trump tariffs, that will be the trade letters have now taken effect amongst a lot of countries, and the progress of that will be watched out for in the next couple of weeks. But Dow futures dropped nearly 200 points after these letters were sent to EU and Mexico. The S&P 500 futures lost 0.5%, while the Nasdaq 100 futures dropped 0.5% as well. Now, this came after a week of which was a negative for stocks, although the major averages are still near the record high. The S&P 500 dipped by 0.31%, its first negative week in the last 3 weeks. The Dow also fell almost 1%, breaking the 3-week win streak for the company.